How to speak English fluently.
Did you know that fluency is more about confidence and practice than innate talent? Let's debunk some common myths and discover the real keys to speaking English fluently. In today's world, the better your English, the more you can partake in all things global, from internet culture that knows no borders to international business that crosses them. While speaking English fluently can open new doors and expand your horizons, it's important to remember that fluency is not about perfection. It's about feeling at ease with the language and being able to express your truth with it. So here are some tips to help you on your journey to fluency. 1. Immerse yourself in English every day. If you want to speak fluently, getting as much exposure to English as possible is vital. You should do something in English daily, even if you're not actively studying. There are simple changes you can make to help you level up your English speaking skills. Change your phone, social media, tablet language to English. Listen to English music. Read the news in English. Commit to watching English language movies and TV shows. Keep a language journal in English. 2. Practice speaking English as much as possible. The one thing you have to do to speak English fluently is get more speaking practice. Almost all advice on achieving your fluency goals will come down to this. Nothing else you can do is as effective or as important. If you're living in a country where spoken English is not common, finding opportunities to practice can be difficult. Try some of these methods. Buddy up with an English speaker who is learning your native language. Schedule one-on-one online classes with an English tutor. Use English learning apps with speech recognition software. Connect with a small group of international learners in online group classes. Narrate your own life in English. 3. Learn from native English speakers. Listening to native speakers is a great way to improve your speaking ability, but simply listening is not enough. You must also imitate what you hear to make progress. Whenever possible, practice copying the pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation of native speakers. It will help your ear produce more accurate sounds when speaking English. Additionally, matching another speaker's mannerisms will make it easier for people to understand you when communicating in real-life situations. 4. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. We all make mistakes, even native English speakers. Accept that mistakes are normal and don't stress too much about them. If you're not afraid to make mistakes, your confidence will increase and your fluency will be much smoother. Over-prepare, but don't obsess over details or small mistakes. 5. Focus on whole phrases, not just individual words. Fluency is being able to speak whole sentences without hesitation. If you learn English one word at a time, it will be very hard not to hesitate when constructing sentences. That's because you'll have to translate every English sentence in your head from your native language word by word. There is another way. Learning new words as part of common phrases can ease mental strain when speaking. 6. Work on your pronunciation. Working on your pronunciation is helpful for a few reasons. We all need to be understood, and pronunciation practice helps us speak with clarity. This doesn't mean that you need to get rid of your accent. Not at all. But it will be frustrating for you and other English speakers if they do not understand you. 7. Expand your vocabulary. Learning new words is essential if you want to expand your range of expression in English. A rich vocabulary also helps you avoid repeating yourself and sounding like a beginner. 8. Learn basic grammar rules. To learn to speak English fluently, you need a good understanding of grammar rules. It doesn't mean memorizing every rule. Instead, it means having a general grasp of how the language works and using that knowledge intuitively when communicating with others. 9. Learn idioms. Using idioms is a hallmark of fluency and a sign that you understand and appreciate the more poetic side of the language. English is rich in idioms, and native speakers love to pepper their speech with these colorful expressions. 10. Learn slang. Being able to use slang is another hallmark of fluency. 11. Set specific language goals. Fluency is a very high level to reach and will take a long time to achieve, so becoming fluent can be a pretty unclear goal. Having such a big, non-specific target won't help plan out your studies. That's why you should think of more concrete and obvious goals that can lead you to fluency. By themselves, they may seem like small steps, but altogether, they'll provide a steady path in your English learning journey. 12. Figure out your weak spots. You might find some parts of the English language are especially difficult for you. These weak spots can be anything: grammar usage, pronunciation, sentence formation, and so on. You must find out what they are so that you can focus on improving them. 13. Don't focus too much on English grammar. One of English learners' most significant mistakes is focusing too much on grammar rules. While it's essential to have a strong foundation in grammar, spending all your time memorizing conjugation tables and exception lists isn't going to help you speak fluently. 14. Celebrate your successes. Last but certainly not least, don't forget to congratulate yourself when you finish a lesson or pass a milestone. Reaching English fluency is hard, and the effort you put in, no matter how far you get, is worth celebrating. 15. Make the most of technology. How many apps to learn English do you have on your phone right now? Probably at least one. The digital age has revolutionized language learning, and it's easy to forget how lucky that makes us. There's a wealth of study technology available, so choose carefully. Make sure that you're using the most effective resources for your study habits and not falling into the trap of relying too heavily on game-like apps. 16. Use resources made for your level. Using resources that match your current skill level is vital for progression. Therefore, you'll need to determine what your level is before taking a course, engaging in self-study, or enlisting the help of a personal tutor. 17. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Improving your English requires stepping out of your comfort zone. Reviewing what you already know won't lead to real progress. Put simply, you want to always feel slightly uncomfortable when you're studying. 18. Consider a big lifestyle change. The best way to learn to speak English is to move to an English-speaking country. If you're determined to speak English fluently and can relocate for a few months, this will save you a lot of time, as you will have plenty of opportunities to chat with native speakers to hone your skills. 19. Plan your conversations when you can. This might seem like a silly tip for people who want to gain fluency. After all, fluency means being able to talk easily about anything you like. But if you aren't there yet, then a bit of planning might boost your confidence, especially if you want to show native speakers that you know how to speak good English. 20. Record your English language audiobooks. When it comes to English fluency, the most effective strategy is to use the language. Speak to English-speaking coworkers as much as possible, join meetups with international people, and interact in English as much as you can. However, sometimes we don't have the option to practice English with other people. Here's a tip. Think of a book or a story that you enjoy reading and record yourself reading it. Try to pronounce all the words clearly and slowly. This will take time. It's not as easy as it may sound, but we promise it's effective and fun. It's a great way to practice your English pronunciation and pay attention to words and phrases. 21. Talk to yourself in English. One of the best things about how to talk more fluently is to start talking to yourself in the language. It may sound silly, but it's a great way to get comfortable using new vocabulary and pronouncing words correctly. 22. Keep an English language journal. Writing in a journal is a great way to improve your English language skills. It gives you regular practice with spelling and grammar and allows you to express yourself in detail without worrying about making mistakes or sounding foolish. 23. Memorize examples with vocabulary words. A great way to expand your vocabulary is to memorize example sentences along with new words. It will help you remember how to speak fluently, use the word in context, and better understand its meaning. Additionally, seeing the word in different sentence structures will help prevent errors when using it yourself. 24. Exercise your mouth muscles. Exercising your mouth muscles can help with pronunciation, one of the most challenging aspects of learning any new language. By ensuring that your tongue and lips are used to the movement required for specific sounds, you'll be less likely to make mistakes when speaking. 25. Copy a native speaker. One of the most important things you can do to learn how to speak English fluently is to find a role model. This is someone whose English speaking skills you admire and would like to emulate.